last class we had studied about utilization of food. Under utilization of food, we had studied about holophytic nutrition and holozoic nutrition in animals. We also studied about the 5 steps involved in the process of breakdown of food in animals. These are the 5 steps. First step is about ingestion. Second step is about digestion. Third step is about absorption. Fourth step is about assimilation. Fifth step is about egestion. So today we are going to learn about various stages in detail. So first let us see what does it mean. What does it mean? First one is ingestion. Ingestion means intake of food. When we are taking a food in our body is called as a ingestion. Now second steps is digestion. That the process in which we are breaking down the complex food into the simplest form, that is called as a digestion. Now the third steps involved in the breaking down of the food is absorption. Absorption means in this stage the simple soluble substance are absorbed by the blood. Now the fourth stages involved in the breakdown of the food is assimilation. It means the absorbed food get utilized for the various activities and various functions. Now the last stages involved in the breakdown of food is egestion. In this stage involves the removal of undigested food from the body or the waste food from the body which is of no use. Now let us learn all these stages one by one in detail. Let us proceed with the topic ingestion. That is the first stage of holozoic nutrition. See, it is the actual taking of the food from the external environment. Different organisms have different modes of food intake and their food habits also vary. The organ involved in the food intake, that is the mouth, varies from the lowest animal to the highest animal. The mouth parts of animals are modified to enable them to catch their prey or procure food. For example, yes, ingestion means a intake of food in our body is called ingestion. Different organisms have different methods to capture food. Whether it is a unicellular organism means it is a single cell organism, or multicellular organism means it is a bigger macroorganism which are able to see. That is called as a multicellular. Means its body is made up of many cells. That's why it is called as a multicellular organism. So let us discuss certain example. So first we will discuss about the unicellular organisms, that is about the amoeba. See the first point. Unicellular organism amoeba engulfs tiny particles of a food by surrounding it with false feet or pseudopodia. The pseudopodia then join together to form a small cavity, a food vacuole. Yes, unicellular organism, that is amoeba. Amoeba is a unicellular organism, means it is a single cell organism, and all the vital activities in amoeba are occurring with the cell only. Vital activities means biological activities like digestion, excretions, reproduction, all is done by the single cell only. It is a single organism. Today we will study about how amoeba is obtaining their nutrition. It has no fixed shape. It has an irregular body. Amoeba feeds on microorganisms. When a food particle comes in contact, it produces a finger-like projection that is called pseudopodia. And in the figure you can see that pseudopodia is called as a false feed. With the help of pseudopodia, it engulfs food and forms a small cavity inside the body. That is called as a food vacuole. In food vacuole, that active enzymes are there, which helps in digesting the food. And after digesting the food, the cell of the amoeba bursts and the waste body, the undigested body or the waste body is thrown out of the cell. In this way, amoeba is taking the nutrition or capturing the food. Now we will proceed to the next one, that is a paramecium. Paramecium is another unicellular organism, has a fine hair-like structure called cilia all over all over its body. The cilia sweeps the food particles along with the water current into its mouth like a structure. Yes, paramecium is a unicellular organism. Paramecium has a thin hair-like a structure called cilia. Paramecium takes the food with the help of a cilia in its mouth along with the water current. Now see the next one. Next point is about that multicellular organism. Multicellular organism means the organism which we are able to see. That is a hydra. Hydra is a multicellular organism. There are numerous tentacles around its mouth, which are angle small aquatic animals and kill them with their stinging cells. Then the food is pushed inside the mouth. Yes, Hydra it has a large number of tentacles. Tentacles means long arm-like structure is there around its mouth, which help to catch the small aquatic animals. And that stinging cells are there. With the help of that stinging cells, it kills the prey. It kills the small aquatic animal. And then they push them into the mouth. In this way, the hydra capture or catch its prey. Now the next one is about insect. In insect, like a butterflies, housefly, mosquito, bees, etc. The mouth parts are modified to form a feeding tube to suck nectar from flowers. The feeding tube is called as a proboscis. Yes, insects like a butterfly and mosquito have a sucking mouth parts. That is known as a proboscis. Proboscis, it has a long straw-like structure attached to the mouth part. That is called as proboscis or the feeding tube. With the help of that feeding tube, it sucks the nectar from the flowers. Now, the next is about frog. How the frog capture its prey. A frog capture its prey with its long sticky tongue. The tongue is thrust out. In the figure you can see that three figures are given there. How that the frog has taken out its tongue. So the tongue is thrust out and insect sticks to the tongue. Frog capture its prey with its long sticky tongue. When a frog sees any insect or prey around its lair by, it throws its sticky tongue out of its mouth and catches a prey. So in this way, the frog catches the prey and swallows it. Now the next one is about spider. Spider weave a sticky web around it in which the small insect get trapped. and in this way the spider catches its prey. Then next one is about an earthworm. Earthworm uses its muscular pharynx to swallow its food. Earthworm means the whole earthworm body is a muscular muscles type structure. An earthworm uses a muscular pharynx means soft area at the top of the throat of the body. So soft area at the top of the throat of the body, that is called as a pharynx, is present, and with the help of that pharynx it swallow its food. And the whole earthworm body is segment wise. Whole muscles of the body is divided into segment wise. Then the last one is human beings. Human beings uses their hand to put food into their mouth. Yes, human beings is a multicellular organism, and human beings use their hand to take the food into their mouth. So in this way we had completed the ingestion part, that is the first stages that involve in the breaking down. So different organisms having a different types of capturing the food, and here certain figures are also given there. Feeding in hydra, that see first one is a amoeba, how that amoeba splits its body into the various parts and capture the food. So the splitting of the body into the different parts and capturing the food, that is called as a binary fission. And then you can see the paramecium. Paramecium, how that paramecium body is covered with a fine hair-like structure, that is called as a cilia. Cilia helps in capturing the food. Then afterwards you can see that hydra. Hydra, it has a long tentacles which help us to catch the prey. And then afterwards you can see the figure, mouth parts of insects are given there, are modified to suck their feeding habits. And the last one is about the frog, how the frog is trapping the food, trapping the insects or prey and catching the food. So in this way we have completed this topic in detail. So tomorrow we are going to learn about the digestion in the detail. Thank you.